गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. Hari Om children, I am sure many of you know this shloka from the Guru Stotram. Here the Guru has been compared to none other than the Lord Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma. In the Sanatana Dharma, a Guru has always been given utmost respect and utmost importance. There are stories of many Gurus and Shishyas who have displayed devotion and love to each other. Today, I have chosen none other than our dear Jagat Guru, Shri Adi Shankaracharya. Adi Shankaracharya, as many of you know, had 4 principal Shishyas: Hastamalaka, Totakacharya, Sureshwara and Sanandana. I have already told the story of Totakacharya. If you have missed it, you can click on the link below and watch it as well. Today, I am going to tell the story of Sanandana. Sanandana was one of the first devotees or Shishyas of Adi Shankaracharya. They both loved and respected each other. Once, the Guru and all the Shishyas went to the mighty river Ganga for a bath. Sanandana was on one side drying his Guru's clothes, and Guru with his other Shishyas, after finishing the bath, came over to the other side. Now his Guru needed his dry clothes, so he called over to Sanandana and said, "I need my dry clothes, bring them over." The moment he heard his Guru's voice, Sanandana carried the wet dry clothes and went running towards the river. Arey, he will drown. Even if he doesn't drown, if he swam across, the whole purpose will be defeated. The clothes will become wet again. These thoughts did not even occur to Sanandana. All he knew was, just like how Arjuna could only see the eye of the bird, he could only see his Guru. So he carried the dry clothes, went running towards the river, crossed over and gave the dry clothes to his Guru. What? Yes, just like how y'all are shocked, the other Shishyas who were watching this were shocked, surprised and astonished. Just how Sanandana had shown devotion to his Guru showed his love by ensuring a lotus flower blossomed on every step that Sanandana took. Kept the feet, a flower blossomed. He kept the feet, a flower blossomed. And that's how he crossed over the mighty Ganga as if he was crossing over a bridge. Beautiful, no? Well, after this incident, his Guru named him Padmapada. Now, Padmapada was also an ardent Narsimha devotee. Once, it so happened that a Kapalikas are usually people who believe in giving human or animal sacrifice to their god to please them. Now this Kapalika saw Adi Shankaracharya and felt he should give his bali. So what he did, when Adi Shankaracharya was in deep meditation and none of the Shishyas were around, he came to kill Adi Shankaracharya. Padmapada, who had gone out with the other Shishyas, got an intuition. He left what he was doing and came back running immediately near his Guru. He came on the nick of time because this Kapalika had already swung the sword on the neck of his Guru. It was like something came over him, possessed him. Like a roaring lion, he just jumped on the Kapalika and killed him. Adi Shankaracharya woke up from his deep meditation. He felt he had heard the roar of a lion. When he woke up, he saw Padmapada killing the Kapalika, and he felt it was none other than Lord Narasimha, and he looked like he was killing Hiranyakashipu. Adi Shankaracharya was moved to tears and hugged Padmapada after this. Well, till now we have been seeing how Padmapada showed his devotion to his Guru. Now let us see this incident where the Guru overtook his Shishya. Padmapada had the habit of writing down everything that his teacher taught him. Adi Shankaracharya used to teach him the Brahma Sutras. Padmapada would write them, try to understand them in his own way, put it in a simpler way and show it to his Guru. The way he kept writing turned out so beautiful, so simple that he felt this would be a nice way of sharing the knowledge with common people. His Guru agreed. So Padmapada wrote it into a book and called it the Panchapadika. Guru approved and said, you should start teaching people from this. But Padmapada decided he wanted to go on a pilgrimage, a Tirtha Yatra, before doing this. His Guru didn't feel he should continue on the pilgrimage, but Padmapada was adamant. So carrying his one and only copy of Panchapadika and a few other belongings, he left on his journey to Rameshwaram. On the way, he stopped at his maternal uncle's house. He was very excited and showed the book, the Panchapadika, and said, see, this is what my Guru has taught me, and see, this is what I have written, and this is what I am going to teach the people. Now his uncle was following a different Guru and felt a bit jealous. He did not want the Panchapadika or Padmapada to get any fame, and he wondered, who is this Shankara? God knows, we shouldn't let this get published. So what did he do? He asked Padmapada to continue on his journey and said, on the way back you will anyway come here. You can take your belongings. Leave them here. Padmapada believed him, left the book and a few other things and continued the journey. His uncle first decided to burn the book. Then he thought, if only the book burned, everybody would be suspicious. So, to ensure that nobody suspected him, he burnt his entire house. And when Padmapada came and got to know what had happened, felt very sad. A sad and a dejected Padmapada came back to his Guru and said, you told me not to take up this journey and I didn't listen to you. Maybe that is the reason why today I have lost everything. Adi Shankaracharya looked at him and smiled. You've not lost anything. I remember word to word of what you've said in that book. So I can dictate. You can write and recreate your book. What? Said Padmapada. I myself don't remember everything that I wrote. Well, I knew what you were writing was important. Hence, I paid attention and I remember everything that you have written there. Isn't that beautiful, children? Well, a lot of times a guru neglects or doesn't give a lot of importance to what a Shishya has to say, because what he is saying is exactly what the Guru has already taught. But Adi Shankaracharya did not think like that. He didn't neglect Padmapada's writings, and which is why Adi Shankaracharya is not just a normal Guru. He was the Jagat Guru. Padmapada was made the first Acharya of the Govardhan Mutt in Puri. The values that Adi Shankaracharya had and those that he instilled in his Shishyas was so strong that till date his Mathas continue to preach the Advaita philosophy and continue to spread the Sanatana Dharma across lakhs of people in this country. I hope you like this story, children. Do share it with everyone you think should know the importance of a good guru and importance of being a devoted Shishya. Hari Om.